Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rudi and thank you so much for being here. How is everybody doing? I know that this video is up like a day or two later than it should be, and it's because I'm not well. I'm not well. I have been watching my mom's dogs for 2 weeks now. There's one over here and there's one over there. And I have been watching 4 dogs for 2 weeks. And I don't know why I thought that I would be okay and that that's not a crazy thing to do. It's an insane thing to do. I don't recommend you do it. And it's really taken a toll on me because I'm not able to film like I need to. I'm not able to do the things I need to because I'm constantly spending time with these dogs to make sure they're okay, whatever. However, my girls are at daycare today and the other 2 are taking a nap, so I was like, it's the perfect time because I'm actually going out to drinks tonight with my friends and I need to get ready anyway, so I thought we could get ready together and try out some new makeup. I am feeling so good right now because I decluttered recently. I posted a little short about it, but I decluttered so much and it just made me feel a lot of things. It made me feel like I get too much PR. I feel like every influencer or creator goes through this when they start getting a bunch of product, but I just feel like I have too much, and it has really encouraged me to accept less PR and also just take myself off of certain lists. But basically all of the things that I have used, I always give to my friends. So I'm having my friends come over, look through things, and then my mom takes a bunch of it as well. But I definitely am planning on doing some more giveaways with unused product as well. But what I'm trying to say is my collection has been pared down so much that I can open my drawer and see what's inside and feel so good about what's in there that no matter what I pull out, it's going to be something that I want. And I did it so far as to I love this formula, but I never use this color. Let's get rid of it, which is really hard for me because if I really like a formula, I want it in every color. But obviously you start to gravitate towards certain shades, so I don't need to have every shade of a lipstick, even though I like the lipstick formula. Do you see what I mean? I am gonna do a ton more Shop My Stash videos over the next couple months because I just feel so reinvigorated to go through everything. And then I'm also planning on possibly filming a little bit of declutter. I'm looking at all the stuff of some of the stuff I got rid of and why, or some of the stuff that I kept and why. So let me know if you're interested in that in the comments below. Otherwise, we're going to talk today about some House Labs, the new Persona Cosmetics products, the new Merit eyeshadows. So we have got a cute little face to do together. I'm just going to go get some drinks with my friends. And if you are new here, I would love to have you subscribe. We talk about skincare, makeup, vlogging. It's kind of old YouTube style with new makeup, and I would love to have you join us. I kind of just washed my face not that long ago. You can see I have a good shine to it. So I don't really know if I want to do a primer today, but I will say for our first step, I recently picked up both of these from Sephora and Ulta, and I think I'm going to go for the MAC Studio Radiance today, but this is the new MAC Studio Radiance Serum Foundation. They actually sent me this, but my shades weren't correct, so I went and picked up my correct shade, which is 17.5, NC 17.5. Usually I'm NC 20, but I just went in store and this is the one that looked the best for me. This is supposed to be a really lightweight serum consistency, which that's what everyone is doing nowadays, but I've heard really good things about it, so I wanted to try it. And then I also grabbed the Sealy SPF 50 Tinted Serum. I've heard amazing things about this, and I just want to try everything from this brand. This is an SPF based brand, and this is a tinted SPF serum, similar to what you would see as the Ilia one. So I'm gonna have to do a review on that another time because today I really want to try out the MAC. Okay, so I'm thinking we should do a little bit of a brush and a little bit of a sponge and see how we feel about the 2 of those. I'm gonna do a quick little prime with my Neutrogena Healthy Skin Primer. I always recommend this as a quick way to get your skin a little bit hydrated before you start your makeup. It just kind of brings life back to the face, gives a little bit of a glow, really helps products glide, and it's just kind of a hyaluronic acid peptide based serum. It's nothing special or crazy, but I like that because I just want for my makeup to go smoothly on top without too much extra stuff. So I'm gonna put this on the back of my, I have a bunch of glitter on the back of my hand. I should not do that. I was swatching. I'm gonna put it on this hand, which I never do. This has a pretty thick consistency. It's semi-runny, but not too bad. I would say it's something between a cream and a gel, maybe. I don't know. I'm really excited about this though, so I'm just gonna put a little on my face and then blend it with a brush and see. I'm curious about the coverage level because a lot of these serum foundations, they either have way more coverage than you think they would, or they don't have any coverage. The shade match is perfect. And that was a couple little swipes. It looks very, very skin-like, almost natural satin. Let's keep going. I feel like my brush is eating it. It went on super easy, and I don't know if you can tell what I mean by the finish, because look at my forehead. That's like the natural finish of my skin when I have skincare on. It has this like glowy finish to it. And then look at my face down below. It's much more of, not a mattified look, but like a natural satin finish. I kind of want to say matte. Where's my little mirror? It's super pretty, and it just sits gorgeous, like from at least this first application. It doesn't emphasize pores or dryness, and it definitely has, again, more of a natural satin finish. So I'm gonna use, I think I used about a pump on my whole face. I actually like to take less product on my forehead just because, one, I get Botox, so I don't need like a ton of coverage up there. I just think I need the slightest bit to match basically the rest of my skin. But as you can see, like it's still got that glow, but it has covered it a little bit more than my typical natural skincare finish, which is good. Like, to me, the most classic skin coverage that looks like what my skin looks like naturally is the Summer Friday skin tint, which is why it's my favorite. But sometimes you want something that's got a little bit more of like a soft matte satin finish to be able to build up the glow on your own, which is kind of what we're gonna do today. But this is what it looks like, and I think it is really pretty. I definitely think that you should hydrate beforehand, because it does have, I don't know, a more natural finish. You would think because it's a serum foundation that it would be really dewy glowy, and it's not. Maybe if you applied it with your fingers, but also you still have that natural sheen to it. And I think that this is a really pretty base. I would say it's a medium coverage. You can still see like some of my like scarring, hyperpigmentation, and redness around my nose, and I applied it with a brush. So if I applied it with a sponge, it would be even like less coverage. But that is really pretty. I think especially for nighttime, because I'm always looking for a foundation that can be worn at night that has more of a light coverage look that doesn't have SPF in it, because I feel like most skin tints and the coverage that I like, they have SPF in them, and I'd rather not wear SPF at night, just personally. So that's a good option to have like a lighter weight satin finish that is not a SPF product. Pretty. Okay. We'll see how it wears. I'll keep you guys updated either when I get back or in the comments. Next up on our list of testing is the Haus Labs concealer. So I have officially tried all of the concealers that had launched recently, which include the Tower 28, the Haus Labs, the Makeup by Mario, and the Live Tinted. And I actually posted a little concealer showdown short as well, if you want to see that. That kind of breaks them all down. My favorites out of these, the Live Tinted is my #1 favorite. I love it so much. But I also love the Tower 28, the Haus. I'm not a huge fan of the Mario. I find it to be kind of drying. And you have to use the littlest amount. So I'm gonna go in with the Haus Labs today, because I don't think that we've actually used it together on video. This is a really thick, sort of cream-like consistency, and I think this is a product that could easily be used all over the face and not just as a concealer, because it has that thickness to it. And something that I like about it is that it has coverage, but it doesn't look dry under the eyes, whereas I feel like the Mario one, it has coverage and it looks dry. And both of these claim to be like self-setting in some capacity, and I think that the Haus Labs one just looks 10 times more natural under the eyes than the Mario. Like, I think if I had tried the Mario in 2016, I would be like, this is amazing, because I wanted like super dry, mattified skin. That's just not what I go for anymore. So I think for special occasions, like maybe a wedding, and you wanted it to last all day, or an event, that could be a good option. Or if you were doing like a full beat, but you guys know I don't do that. Like, I rarely do a full look, so I just didn't have a place for it really. But as you can see, it really does brighten up the under eye like any concealer would, without looking too cakey. And I am using a sponge to blend this out, because it does have more coverage than the Live Tinted or the Tower 28. And I am applying very little, because it's so thick. You really don't need much, because your sponge or your brush is going to blend that out, and you want to make sure you're not applying the amount that you would normally apply, and then you actually have like double the coverage or double the product, because that cream is gonna like settle down and blend out. So you really only need a little bit, which is something else I like about it. It's also got a really flat paddle shape to it. I don't know if you can see that, like very interesting shape. But I also like this because, as you know, I really like to be able to use concealers all over my face if I need to. Like last night, I just picked all the blackheads under my chin. I always do that like once a quarter. I'm like, okay, time to go digging. And I really like a concealer that can help cover redness on other areas of the face that maybe my foundation had missed. So this one is great. I really do like it. It has some good skincare in there as well. So if you're looking for like a good natural finish concealer that could work all over the face, it's got a thicker consistency and it will last you a long time, I think you would like it. I am impressed and I think they did a great job. So here is the complexion and I think it looks really natural. I think it looks a little bit more matte than I would tend to go for, which will add a highlighter, but I think that could be good for days where it's hotter or you don't want to powder or you're looking for a more soft matte look. These two look really, really nice together. I am very impressed. And also I am in shade 14 Light Peach in the House Labs Concealer. All right, next up, we're going to talk about the new Persona Cosmetics products that were released. These are additions to their Dream Stick line. So if you know Persona, you know me, I love this formula. It's one of my favorites. And the shade extension include a new bronzer shade and a new blush shade. So this is the new bronzer shade in Mojave, cool undertoned brown. And then this is the new blush in Guava, which is so, so pretty. It's got this like pinkish, warm, terracotta-y shade to it, but maybe a little lighter than I would typically go, but like pretty much that exact kind of color that I love. And I've actually realized recently that I prefer a bronzer that is not as warm. I don't know what I'm saying because I feel like you guys are gonna clock me and be like, didn't you just say you prefer a warmer bronzer? I don't know what, I don't know, you know, you just like, you have different opinions about things as you get older and like as you try new things. I am really liking this bronzer because it does have that like cooler tone look to it. And I don't know, it's giving me a chisel and it looks really, really, really natural because if you find the right foundation shade for you, then you don't really need to like bronze too much because your skin will look natural. Does that make sense? So I'm really trying to make sure I'm shade matching as like best as I possibly can so that when I'm bronzing or contouring, it's just adding to like the dimension of my face rather than having to add like this whole shade of like false warmth onto the skin. I don't know. I'm like just looking at it in a new light, I guess, because I used to be very much a bronzer girl where I'd like want my whole face to be super brown. And I just don't feel like that anymore, at least not right now. I'm sure that will change once it gets colder out. But because I have an all over natural sort of sun-kissed moment to my skin, I just kind of am loving doing this little contour color. This is definitely for light to light medium skin tones. I don't think if you have deep skin, this is gonna work for you, but they do have a couple shades darker in their bronzers, which we can also use. So this is my typical shade of their bronzer in Dune. And then this is Mojave next to it. So you can see it's cooler and it's lighter than Dune, but it still adds that warmth and definition to your face because at the end of the day, it's brown. But you can see as I'm warming it up with Dune a little bit, it does add a little bit of life back to the face. So I don't know, I'm on my bronzer journey, trying to figure out how I feel about it, and I don't want to do too much, and I just want to look chiseled and snatched. But that's so pretty, and these work very well with other cream style products, so I'm such a fan. And honestly, their blushes are very similar in consistency. I mean, they're exactly the same. They are just like in a blush shade, and these have a natural finish. Like you can see that glow on my skin. That's just a natural reflection from the sun, but it doesn't look glowy in the actual packaging, which I like. Like I want it to look natural on the skin to the point where it almost looks like, oh, is that a glowy bronzer? Is that a matte bronzer? Is that a cream? Like I can't tell. She's just perfectly flushed. That's what I'm looking for. And these definitely give that. Plus they have the pigment. So this is the Guava shade. I mean, that is so pretty. I honestly can't think of a blush in my collection that has this sort of specific orangey undertone. And I'm putting that on the back of my hand and then applying it to a brush because I want it to be really diffused on the skin. And again, these can be pretty pigmented, which I like, and there's lots of ways to play with them. Obviously you can use them on the eyes, you can use them on the lips, but I prefer them mostly as a blush. My favorite shade is Jam, which is like what I prefer to wear in the fall and winter. It's like this beautiful berry shade. It is So pretty. I'll show you. I used to hate when I would watch videos and people would reference something and then they wouldn't show you it. This is jam. It's so good. It's just this beautiful, like, jammy blackberry shade. Ugh. All of their blushes are absolutely stunning, but Jam is definitely my favorite. And now it's on my hand, so I better just put some on. I don't know, it just adds to every look. Like, I barely used any, and look at my face. You know, she's blushed. She's a blushing bride even. I'm married already. But I am a person who goes overboard with makeup very easily, so you know, tis what tis. Whenever this happens, I'll take the brush that I used with my foundation and just go over like the edges of the blush so that it doesn't seep too close to like my bronzer or my foundation. I have a tendency to really over blush, which is fine because it lasts a long time, but then it's like all over my face. And then after I do that, I'm like, oh, I need to go back and add more. I don't know. I like, my friend Kevin, he really likes to blush right here on the outer edge of his eye. And I am a person who likes to blush directly in the middle of my face, which obviously can drag your face down, but I don't know. I just like, I love it. I love that look, and it's who I am. For highlighter, I actually picked these up myself from RMS. I noticed that this blush line is no longer on Sephora's website, which really was strange to me, but I picked up the shade Crystal Slipper, which is like this nude shade, and my friend Daisy wears this one all the time and she says it's just like the most perfect nude sort of blush. I have glitter on my hand, but it's really pretty, and I already have cream on, so I'm not gonna put that on top of it because this is like a gel powder formula, but did want to mention that because I also picked up the highlighter version of it. So the name is Prosecco Fizz, but the actual product is the Redimension Hydra Dew Luminizer. So it's basically their blush version in a highlighter, and it's just really pretty. I love this sort of like gel cream texture, and I love these blushes, so I thought this would be a good addition. I'm trying to figure out the best brush for this. I kind of think just like a classic highlighter brush. I don't know, nothing too like dense. Let's do this one. This is like a little fluffy guy. I have a highlighter brush from Rare Beauty that I feel like would be really good with this. I don't know where it is though. So let's just do this. This has kind of like a champagne undertone to it, and I'm slightly nervous because I have on so much cream. Oh, that's pretty. And I haven't set it, but because this is a gel formula, you can kind of be more heavy-handed with the brush in there because it's not going to kick up. Like it will not kick up because it's a gel-based formula. It's very lightweight. Like if you are a almost nothing type of highlighter person, it might not even be enough for me. I'm using my finger to get a little bit more on my Cupid's bow on my nose. It's pretty. I don't know. I don't think it's as good as the blushes. Like, it's not really giving me what I want. I mean, it is glowing. You can see that. But I'm like really going in to get that color. And I want to put some, you know, I want it to be a little bit easier than that. And I'm not really sure what the best way to apply this would be. I think they need their own brush for this or something. So yeah, it's definitely added the glow. I think the shade might be a little strange too because it has a little bit of a pink undertone, and I never wear pink highlighters. They just don't look right on me. So I don't know, I think it's pretty. Let's see how it looks by the end of it. It's not giving what I love. It's just not giving what I love, which I guess is partially because it's a powder and I'm not really a powder person. So we'll see. We'll look at it at the end. Next thing I wanted to try is actually someone recommended this to me. I was planning on putting this in my declutter just because I have enough powders as it is, but this is the Mob Beauty Blurring Loose Setting Powder in translucent. If you've never heard of Mob Beauty, they are a really cool sustainable brand that makes all of their products out of like cardboard packaging, so everything is fully recyclable and compostable. And they just sent me like some things really that I'm super interested in, including this cream blush. This is in the shade M72. And then this is a suspended glitter balm. That was what was on the back of my hand that I'm really excited to use as an eyelid topper. Basically what they did was they suspended glitter in a balm and then they baked it. And it gives you sort of like the effect of the Mario toppers, but it's in a balm, so it's not going to move where you put it. Like, I think this is going to be an amazing eyeshadow topper, which I don't want to do today because I am just going to get a drink. I don't need to be fully diamond out, but maybe we will. I don't know. We'll see how I feel when we get there. So anyways, I am a powder with a sponge person, especially for my under eye. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my sponge here and dab it out a little bit and then press that up under my eye with my sponge. This is the best way to get like the most perfect looking under eye, is to use your sponge to get that powder up instead of a brush. Like, and it's also a great way to really make sure you're putting it only exactly where you want it and nowhere else, because that sponge has really soaked in the powder exactly where it was, so it's not gonna get everywhere, it's not gonna get in your eyebrows, and it gives you the chance to pinpoint your under eyes without getting like your cheeks mattified. So I love that. This looks really nice. To me, nothing beats the Laura Mercier brightening powder. It's like a pink powder. But this one does look really nice. It added like a nice mattified look to the under eyes, and it worked well with the House Labs. I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm not really feeling the Guava blush. I noticed this, and I'm saying it out loud to myself and to you. I noticed this the last time I wore it. Like, the color is stunning, and when I look at it, it looks so beautiful. But for some reason on me, I just am not loving it. And that's okay, like not every blush is gonna look amazing on you, but it is making me wanna pull out something else and put some more on top. And I've already talked about this Into the Ground, but actually, you know what? Let's try this shade, the Crystal Slipper. Let's just see how this looks on top. And I'm gonna use a little powder blush brush and really load it up, because these are, again, hard to pick up, but so pretty. I feel a little better about that. It added more of a nude undertone. I think, I don't know, it was just looking a little orange. I don't like anything that pulls too orange. I don't like anything that pulls too pink. I'm very particular. I'm a particular broad. Moving on. Last but not least, let's cover the eyes and the lips. I did pick up 3 of the Merit eyeshadows, single eyeshadows, and I have worn 2 of them, and I really do like them a lot. I'll show you the 3 shades that I picked up. The browns, I'm not gonna lie to you, they look very similar. Like, all of them look kind of the same. They're also kind of hard to open. So these are the 2 browns that I picked up in Studio and Mid-Century. Studio is like a light mauve brown, and Mid-Century is more of like a classic terracotta brown. And then I also grabbed the shade in Midnight, this blue. I don't know why, but I just felt like for fall, this would be so pretty as like a wash all over the lid, which we'll see if I actually end up doing that. But in the meantime, I thought I could put on Studio for you guys and show you what I've been doing. So I basically have been taking, strangely enough, the Makeup by Mario concealer brush. I found this to be incredibly pokey under my eyes, like when I was trying to blend it out. I hate a fucking pokey concealer brush. So I saved this because I really liked the shape, and I've been using it for an all-over brush for this shade of Studio. And the reason that I like this one so much is because it's just 1 shade darker than my natural skin tone, and it just makes your, I don't know, it makes your eyes look like there's something going on, but you're not really sure what. Like, is she wearing eyeshadow? Is she not? It's almost undetectable, and I know that's not everyone's gag, but it is certainly my gag. Like, applying makeup and you're not sure if it's there or not. I know that sounds crazy, but it's literally what I live for. It's what I live for. It's what I breathe for. Do you see what I mean? Like, it just added this little bit of like a warmth to my lid, and I just pull it all the way up towards my eyebrow. It's easy. You literally can't mess it up. Like, it doesn't smudge. It's perfect. It's perfect for that everyday, do you have anything on, or you're going to the office and you just want to look a little bit better than you usually do. It's so nice. I really like the formula. I can't say for sure how it will work with the darker shades because I just haven't tried them yet. But for Studio, it's been incredibly easy. I will say they dry pretty fast, so you want to make sure you're doing 1 eye at a time if you do pick those up. And also I would say just like start with one shade, see if you like it, see how you feel about the formula, and then add some more. Next up is a new tubing mascara, which I'm actually not sure if this is new, but it is something that continues to happen with tubing mascaras, which is that they are released and no one tells you they're tubing. Unlike my tubing mascara, which if you're unaware, I'm coming out with a tubing mascara with Buble, the same company that I made my Freckle pen with. It's going to be brown. This is the first sample and I literally can't stop using it. But in this case, we are going to use something else because I want to try this. This is the Sephora Lashcraft Length and Volume, and this is a black tubing mascara. And I only knew that because someone told me on Instagram, and on the website it says comes off with warm water, but it doesn't say anywhere, it doesn't say tubing. Also very interested in this wand. It's like a paddle, again, like the House Labs brush. It's flat, completely flat, and then it has like a shorter side and a longer side. No, I think they're the same. Well, maybe there's a shorter side and a longer side. So my guess is let's apply it and then scrape through it with one of the wand sides. I really can already tell that I'm gonna like the formula because one, it's a natural bristle wand, and two, it's not too goopy. It's like the perfect, yeah, I can kind of tell right away when I'm gonna like a mascara, and I'm definitely gonna like this one. It has a really good consistency after like trying a lot of different mascaras, especially tubing formulas. It can be hard to get the formula right where it's not too thick or too thin, and this is very nice. I can tell. This is in black. It's the only shade they had. And, oh yeah, that's nice. That is super pretty. That is super duper pretty. And I don't have a lash lift or anything like that because while I've been testing my mascara, I want to make sure that it can hold a curl with or without. That is very, very pretty. I like that. I'm super excited about this. So I'm basically just loading it up with the flat side to get a lot of product on the lashes, and then I'm flipping it and scraping through it. It's funny because one side of my other lashes were doing horrible and now they look good, and now this eye's lashes are doing bad. So they're just in different growth cycles, which is annoying. Like, can't you guys look good at the same time for once in your life? Same to my eyebrows. Jeez, that is really nice. Super pretty. I can't wait to see how that wears and how it comes off tonight. It's gonna be fun. Of course, adding some freckles with my Freckle pen. I've had a really fun week because the Freckle pen actually sold out, which is crazy. I had no idea that was gonna happen, and it has been so cool to see everybody creating content with it and getting theirs and sending me photos. So if you do have it, make sure you send me a photo of it, of you wearing it on Instagram so I can see. But I have been doing it like right across my nose, the bridge of my nose recently, and then a little bit out of my eye. My friend Kevin told me to do this, and I think it looks so cute and natural just to have like a little bit on the outer edges of your eye and then like a bunch right in the middle. How cute is that? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Also, if you didn't get the pen, it will be back in October. So this is not a limited edition product. It is permanent. We just use drops instead of selling all the time. So it will be back and you can pick it up, but it makes everything so much cuter. And for lips, honestly, I think what I'm gonna do is just use a gloss because I got some new glosses and I really, really like them. And I actually uploaded a short about the glosses not that long ago, and they're new from Nude Sticks. And in my opinion, this is Nude Sticks' way of being like, we are doing the same thing as Rhode and we can do it better or like faster, I guess. So as you know, Rhode has their lip treatments, and these are like peptide-based lip treatments. And then shortly after, Nude Sticks came out with a peptide lip treatment that's also clear and glossy. These, the Nude Sticks ones are cooling, like they have a cooling sensation to them. And Rhode is coming out with a tinted version this fall, and Nude Sticks just came out with 3 tinted shades of the lip treatment. So they kind of like beat them to the punch in that way, but these are so, so pretty. They have a cooling sensation to them and they are ultra glossy. I love that. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, so I just wanted to mention that. So I think what I'm gonna do is use one of my Stila calligraphy lip liners. I am obsessed with these, especially the new nude shades. This is in the shade Heady, and it's just the prettiest lip liner. And I just go in, I can't talk or I'm gonna mess it up, hold on. Like, it looks like it would be scary because it's like a stain, you know? But honestly, I think if you kind of like blend it out with your finger while it's going, then you really can't mess up. You just gotta make sure it doesn't sit for too long. And then also when you put it on top or bottom, if you smash your lips together, it'll help kind of copy and paste that shade to your other lip line, which is nice. There are 3 shades here. One is like a brown, a light pink, and like a medium pink. I think I'm gonna use the light pink today so we can just have like a little cute moment. This is the one in Candy Kiss, and it smells like sugary peppermints. It smells like sugary peppermints. It's very nice. I personally love a cooling sensation in my lip products. I know a lot of people really don't like that, so that's just something to keep in mind, but it's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. And I think I'm just gonna add a little Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist on top because I feel like I need a little more glow, always. I wish this had a better mister on it. And then I always have to press down after that because of my freaking peach fuzz. Like, my peach fuzz, when I use that, is just like illuminated. So if you have peach fuzz after you spray, just take your brush and like set it down, and it'll keep the peach fuzz from vibrating into the world. So this is the final look. I think it's so pretty. I am really loving this combination of coverage products. Also, this mascara is absolutely stunning. I would say the skipping would probably be the RMS. I don't know, I really like these blushes. I don't know if this color is necessarily for me. However, if you have a lighter skin tone, I think that would be it. Would be good for you, but the highlighter I think is totally a skip. Like, I don't know, I think you can get a better look from a liquid highlighter personally that would still last. I really like the Merit eyeshadows. If that's something that you're interested in, I would say give these a try if you are afraid of like the liquid ones, you know, like the About Face, the REM. If you're like kind of feeling anti those, try the Merit because they're in a pot, so it's already really easy for you to go out of your way and grab. Also, the powder, I think it's nice. To me, it's nothing crazy, but it's still nice. Like, I'll keep it. I still like my Laura Mercier a little bit better. So let me know if you have any questions on anything we talked about here, or if you have a specific review that you want from me, because I'm looking at a few things that I definitely want to talk about with you guys. Like, I got the new Kosas Undressed palette, which is like this, no offense, boring brown palette, which like, it's pretty. But again, I'm just so much of a one and done person when it comes to eyeshadow that I would much rather like just have a pot. And then also this new Sealy product, I really want to talk about with you guys. And then I was also thinking about doing a what my makeup was in high school video. I have the Dream Matte Mousse because I've been waiting to do this, and yes, it's a shade too dark for me. So I kind of really want to do that. I just have to set aside time so that I'm not wearing it out. But anyways, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I love you so much. Bye.